This is our live chakra attunement. It is the 7th of May, 2025, a Wednesday morning, midweek, as we're moving and energy is building towards a full moon. It's next Monday, fairly early, so we'll have our full moon channeling on Sunday evening, and you'll definitely be feeling it, if you're not already feeling the edges of it, as it builds. So we're breathing in, pausing at the top of the breath, breathing out, pausing at the bottom of the breath, breathing in, pausing at the top of the breath, breathing out, pausing at the bottom of the breath, finding your rhythm with a Samavriti breath, which is an equal inhale, a pause, an equal exhale, a pause, an equal inhale. And so you use your mind to shape your breath. You give your mind a task. It has to focus on the breathing, and then it has to focus on the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale being the same amount of time. So it gives your mind something to do, because the mind is always trying to be busy. And these moments where we take a breath, or we find a way to sit in meditation, or just take a stroll in nature, staying present in the moment, observing the thoughts but letting them go. So it's a loosening up. It releases tension in the body to physically focus on this idea of measuring the length of the breath and breathing in and out. And eventually you can let go of it, because then the mind can be calm and still, and you can start to go deeper into the heart's knowing, deeper into a meditative state, deeper into calmness, breathing in, breathing out. And so more than just calming the self, we want to be in those states to nourish the self, to let the self feel the connection of the divine forces of the universe, the connection to your higher self. So part of why we stop and our day, our morning, and we do our chakra attunement is to remember that we have a system that relies on this prana, chi force, life force. This prana spreads through the body through the system of the chakras. And then the chakras are connected to our systems in the physical and our systems in the metaphysical. So it's really quite fascinating. And it's good to remember that we're a system, and we're way more than our thoughts. We're way more than our body. We're way more than our emotions. These are things that we have. And the conscious breathing is a step to getting us into that place of calm and ease, so that we can start to experience, first of all, that you're not alone. Second of all, you can get out of the static and get into the spaciousness, and recognize that whatever is disturbing you at the moment is going to change at some time. Whatever is exciting you at the moment is going to change at some time. So that would be called meditating on impermanence, which kind of helps give you a way to just observe things from a calm, peaceful place of the moment. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice rhythm. You've surrounded your body with the container of light. You can go back to it, build it below the feet, above the head, in front of the body, behind the body, to the right and the left of the body. And then we visualize those chakras according to their position in your body, their colors, and then we connect to them using sound, the power of the breath and visualization, to bring them up to their best frequency that we can hold, to help us maintain a peaceful, calm frequency, and to move into the higher vibratory field. So we're affecting our own field by doing this, and clearing our field and bringing space into the field so we can bring more light into our system. And we're also affecting the collective field. So this is way more powerful than worrying about what's going on in the government and what you can't do and what's going to happen, is bringing yourself to a calm state, bringing your energy field to a calm state, and then recognizing that that energy field affects the collective field. Breathing in, breathing out. So we focus on the red chakra. That's the root, the base chakra. And that's at the pelvic area, the pelvic floor, down the legs to the bottoms of the feet. So you can start to, curl your toes, rotate your ankles, move your feet around, shake them off, and then maybe plant them on whatever part of the ground is your support right now. Maybe it's the floor in your house, or maybe you're outside and your feet are on the grass if you're lucky enough. And you begin by kind of just visualizing that barefoot on the ground. If you're not barefoot on the ground, just visualize it. You've been there at some point. Relaxing into it, breathing in and out, feeling yourself pulling energy up on the inward breath from the new healed home Mother Earth, and feel yourself pulling it down from the top of the head on the outward breath from the heavens force, and just opening the body to more energy. Breathing in, breathing out. So you visualize red, you tone, so your body becomes a vibrating tool as you're toning. We use an exercise as we're visualizing that red chakra and that red color coming into our whole container, into our auric field. And the low-toned Om is the exercise. And then we chant the one-syllable Sanskrit mantra that goes with the root, and that is the chanting toning of Lam. So try to make those low and deep. Ready? Om Lam Lam. And again. Breathing in and breathing out. We'll now move up to the belly chakra, the orange chakra. So this is orange in color, kind of around your navel area, hip to hip, kidney to kidney, the intestines. So imagining orange, that bright kind of happy color. Breathing it in. Our exercise is a medium toned Om, and our one syllable Sanskrit mantra is Vam, Vam with a V. Ready? Vam, Vam, and breathing in and breathing out. From there, we're going to go to the power chakra, which is your solar plexus, the yellow center. Ram is the one syllable Sanskrit mantra, and we use a higher toned Om to wake that one up and get it spinning. This is also your sense of self-worth, personal power. So it's really important to breathe into this chakra, that bright yellow. Imagine you're bringing the earth sun in and just warming up the adrenals and warming up the solar plexus power chakra. And the one syllable Sanskrit mantra again is the Ram. And this is also your sense of self-worth. So I like to stop a little bit and start thinking about self-worth, and maybe even checking in like, I am worthy of love, I am worthy of abundance, I'm worthy of respect. So finding out what you need to maybe increase your sense of self-worth around, and breathing in and breathing out. Solar plexus, high-toned Om to wake it up, and Ram. Ready? can march your feet, even if you're sitting on the ground, on the earth a little bit, as you connect to your self-worth again, and maybe state something like, I am worthy. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's do that again, just the mantra for your solar plexus, your self-worth. Ready? Ram, Ram. So those first three chakras, the base and the sacral and the solar plexus, these three chakras are dealing with our everyday life. How comfortable we feel on the earth. How comfortable we feel in our skin, in our bodies right now. So as you're breathing in and out, notice what you notice. Notice where you need maybe some support, and make that decision to get that support you need. Breathing in, breathing out, coming into the heart. In the center, this is called the bridge chakra, the Anahitra chakra, the heart chakra. It's green is its energy, and our exercise sound is an ah, like a deep sigh. So just thinking of that place where you're coming into peace, you're releasing stress, just sigh. We get into a warm bath, or we get home at the end of the crazy day and we get to our favorite chair or spot, we're like, or we get, all our tasks done and we get on vacation. We breathe in, breathe out, telling ourselves we can relax. Yum is the one-syllable Sanskrit mantra for the heart chakra. Yum, yum. Green spreading from your chest. Yum. And generally at the beginning or sometimes the end of our chakra attunement, we do our invocation for the year. This year we were given the prayer of Kuan Yin to use, and I think with our heart chakra this morning is a great place to say it. So breathing into your heart, bringing in the green. Dearest Lady Kuan Yin, I call on you to help me love and accept myself fully. I ask that you grant me a full measure of compassion for myself and for others, and I pray that those suffering in the world can see and feel your loving presence. I pray that hardened hearts will melt in the presence of the divine waters of compassion that you pour over the earth. I pray that the seeds of love and compassion will be nourished in all hearts, creating gardens of beauty within all living beings. In my heart, my garden flourishes, filling up and spilling over with the fragrance of the garden. And it is my intention to nourish the garden within myself through prayer, meditation, and right thinking. In my heart, this garden flourishes, filling up and spilling over with the fragrance of the garden. Thank you, dear Lady Kuan Yin, for your presence in my life and in my world. And so sometimes I do mix it up a little bit as if I'm having a conversation with the Divine Feminine, so that it's not just rote. So it's thinking about what you're saying, what you're praying for, and breathing in to that heart and breathing out. So yum is the mantra, and the big sigh, is the exercise. So coming back to center in the heart, yum, yum. And from the green, we're moving up to the throat chakra, and so the energy in my body is definitely trying to open up that throat that has a lot of drainage from allergies going on. So the throat chakra is blue like the sky, like Mary's mantle, like turquoise. There's light, bright blues, the very essence of blue. And the sound of the throat is a hum. That's the mantra, hum. And we also use that sound for the exercise, but we use it with the lion breath. We kind of roar it out. The tongue comes down to the chin, the paws flare up. Hum! And we really work our lower chakras to make sure we're clearing any residue out. Hum! Hum! Try it. Hum! 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 And then the chanting part of the mantra. Hum, hum, hum. From the throat chakra, we move to the third eye. That's the indigo chakra. Of course, it's located right up there by between the brows, slightly up. The brow chakra, the Anja, A-N-J, I think it's called in Sanskrit. Indigo is the color. At this point, we turn the palms of the hands up. Whenever I reach this chakra, I turn the palms up for a little moment of gratitude, and I start to think of all the things I have to be grateful for. Breathing in, certainly the breath and the recognition of conscious breathing. Awareness, spiritual beings, teachers, this group, the call, so many things that I can find to be grateful for. Breathing in, breathing out. Focusing on indigo, like sapphire, very deep sapphire, the night sky, breathing in and out, that fathomless view of the night sky with all the stars and planets, breathing in, breathing out. It's a high-pitched ee that we use, and the one-syllable Sanskrit mantra is sham, sham. Ready? Sham, 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 sham. Let's do it again. Indigo. Sham, sham. And breathing in and out. From there we go to the crown chakra. That's the purple violet color, amethyst to white light. It's the top of the head, the crown, called the crown chakra, opens us up to the universe, to the spiritual flow, connecting us to all life force. Breathing in, breathing out. We keep the palms up as well for this one to receive. And at the end of our exercise, as it goes from a low wah to a high wah, we just go up and up and up until you can feel it in the ethers, but you can't hear it anymore. And you keep the palms open and you receive back the shower of light as the universe connects and you connect fully with it, all life force, chi force. So opening those palms, ready? Wah, that's the exercise. Wah, 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 wah. And again. Breathing in, breathing out, keeping the palms open. Now the one-syllable Sanskrit mantra that goes with the crown chakra is Om. So we end by toning Om, and we use that Om to seal the practice today. You might want to take those open palms and start to turn them towards each other, moving them together in Anjali Mudra, prayer pose in front of the heart, or turning them towards the heart chakra, the chakras, and just laying them on the body, any place that needs them. taking a few moments to bask in that container of light and feel the energy. Fully grounded to the new healed whole Mother Earth at the base, the chakras aligned, opening and bringing you up to, at the crown chakra open to spirit, and feeling that flow in your system. Breathing in, breathing out. You can set your intention for the day. And then we'll go into that one low-toned Om. Ready? And that concludes our little mini practice for today. Remember, at 11 Pacific, we do a 15-minute meditation, joining in with meditators all around the world that are meditating for world peace. It's on your own. It's wherever you are. Just set your phone and sit and breathe for a few minutes and visualize world peace. All right.